What's going on, everybody? It's Buzz in the Box here on this Monday morning. Something that we have to talk about real quick that deserved its own little piece was baseball score yesterday, 23-9. How often do you see that? The Rockies set a franchise record for most runs scored in a game, which is quite a big feat, thinking of how long they've been playing in that elevation over there since the 90s. Do not adjust your screen. This is still a baseball channel. The score was 23-9 from a baseball game. Rockies over the Athletics. Not really surprised to see either of these two teams here in this position in a game like this. I feel like whenever we're talking about a crazy score or even doing one of our boxed out segments here, ooh, buzzed out. That's a good idea for another one. It's usually always involving one of these two teams, considering how many runs they can allow in a single game, and especially the home parks of these two teams. Last night out in Vegas, it was absolutely crazy. Something that, scores like this, they do happen to everybody, but we just seem to see these teams here a little bit more often than the other guys. My favorite stat line from last night, possibly from any game so far, Tomoyuki Sugano allowing 8 runs, all of them earned, and 9 hits in 5 innings of work. Still picked up the win to earn the win on the ledger. I can't believe that. How many times do you see a guy throw only 5 innings, giving up 10 hits, almost 10 hits, and 8 earned runs, picking up the win? Talk about run support, right? Am I right? You really can't do a lot better than that. They're going to get into a little more detail of what exactly the Rockies accomplished out in Las Vegas. I don't know if they're going to have to do something about that I wouldn't even call it a stadium, about that field that they're playing in, because the amount of runs that are being generated in there, good for people's stat line and for some people's fantasy teams anyway. But man, oh man, my goodness gracious, the amount of balls flying out of that ballpark is officially needs to be studied. I don't know how many more games are going to be played there without something having to change. That is nuts. Willie Castro had 4 hits and 7 RBI. 2 home runs. One of them was a grand slam. Hard to get 23 runs without getting a grand slam. Hunter Goodman also going off. He had 2 home runs with 5 hits and 4 runs batted in. Troy Johnston getting in on the fun. He had 2 hits, 4 RBIs, 3 runs scored. TJ Rumfield, good fantasy season for him now. I got my eye on him. 2 hits, including a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored for Mr. Rumfield. Very nice year. Value-wise, Kyle Karros, with a little bit of pedigree. He had 4 hits, 2 RBIs, and 4 runs scored. This is still the same game, by the way. 6 different Rockies players having at 2 or more RBI. They had 4 players getting 3 or more hits. 5 different Rockies players had 3 or more runs scored, just running around the bases all day long. For the Athletics, Lawrence Butler collected 3 hits. We've seen his fantasy value absolutely plummet over the last calendar year or so. Definitely not too late for the Jersey boy to turn things around, though. Lawrence Butler with the 3 hits. Tyler Soderstrom had 2 hits and a home run. Max Muncy hit a 3-run home run. And Carlos Cortez with a hit and 2 RBIs for the Athletics. Man, oof. Jeffrey Springs, wow, he took the loss for the Athletics. I guess you could say he bore the brunt of that onslaught by the Rockies. He lasted only 4 innings, giving up 8 runs, 6 of them earned. 7 hits. He allowed 3 homers off Jeffrey Springs. He's now allowed 15 earned runs his last 13 innings or so. That's atrocious. He's actually given up 11 home runs, has Jeffrey Springs, in his last 5 starts. So I'm not exactly ready to trust Springs week to week right now or matchup to matchup. I would only start him unless you absolutely had nobody else to put out there. But Rockies setting a franchise record for most runs in a single game. They absolutely demolish the Athletics 23-9. We're going to get back with you this week and in the coming days with some more stuff. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out our TikTok also, and stay tuned for even more videos and shorts on here throughout the week. With Buzz in the Box, I'm Aldo Bizzario. Catch you real soon.